Welcome back to Vilnius. This weekend, Luke and I are going to be spending the weekend here and just exploring, and we started with that very ornate church, the Orthodox Church of the Holy Spirit. Ooh, the interior, that is insane.
We arrived in Vilnius from the bus station and walked into the old town, where our first stop, as always, was a place to eat. Etnodvaras has quickly become one of my favorite spots in Vilnius for traditional Lithuanian food. Luke hadn't had a chance to sample much since arriving, so I was eager to bring him here and sample more Lithuanian dishes with him. It's always better traveling with someone because you can get twice as much food. We started with a sauerkraut soup that comes with a pork rib in it and a slice of thick rye bread on the side to soak up the last of the broth. Then we shared pork dumplings and potato sausages, which were unctuous and filling and delicious. They both came with what the waitress called traditional sauce, a jug of sauce filled with bacon, bacon fat, and cream, which you then stir together and pour over the food. It was devilishly indulgent and rich, and we were pretty sure we wouldn't need to eat again for the rest of the day.
So this trip is more about getting to know Vilnius a little bit better, checking out some of the bars and restaurants that we want to, make our more local spots, getting to more of the museums and seeing some more sites besides just the big tourist sites that you want to tick off, like I did in the last video. So that's what we're here for this weekend, and we'll take you along with us.
After lunch, we checked into our hotel, which was a cute little apartment that I found on Booking.com. It's located right in the old town, a block away from the main pedestrian street and less than 5 minutes from Cathedral Square, so it was ideal for exploring on a short trip to the city. It has a small entryway with a seat and a swing for some reason. Then you move into the main room, which has the bed and a little table to sit at. There's a decent-sized kitchen with everything you need for self-catering. It has a nice, big, and clean bathroom, a washing machine, which is great if you've been traveling for a while or you're spending more than a week or so in Vilnius, and you'll definitely need to do some laundry. Once we dropped off our bags, we headed back out to visit a museum that a lot of people told us is one of the best and most interesting in the entire city. The Museum of Occupation and Freedom Fighters, or what most people refer to as the KGB Museum. During the Soviet occupation in 1944 to 1990, this building belonged to the Soviet Committee for State Security, also known as the KGB. From 1941 to 1944, it was home to the Nazi security officers. This building was home to a prison and an execution chamber, all of which you can walk through today and read about thanks to the plethora of information on display in the museum in both Lithuanian and English. In addition to the prison, there is also a large part of the museum dedicated to the freedom fighters of Lithuania, so those new to the country can learn a lot about what the people have endured in quite recent history here in Lithuania.
That was a heavy museum, very interesting. Still have a lot to learn about Lithuanian history, but I think that was a good place to start with more recent, like last 100 or so years of history, really the last sort of 60 years or so of history. I highly recommend it if you're interested in World War II, post-World War II history, especially dealing with what's happened here in Lithuania. It was an old KGB prison, and before that it was the sort of Nazi prison as well. So yeah, lots to learn, lots to understand, but now I think we're gonna enjoy a little bit of the sunshine and explore more of the parks and find a good bar.
And so that's what we did. We wandered through different squares and plazas. We walked into churches that were open to peer into their ornate interiors. We wandered past Gediminas Tower, and we made our way to some of the local beer bars that had been recommended to us. Starting with what I'm told is a Vilnius institution, Šnekutis. Their website calls it the pub of real beer, which is exactly what we like to sample. We ordered 2 beers to try and grabbed a table outside where there were plenty of other visitors enjoying the warm evening. The next stop on our beer crawl was Spunka, located down a little pedestrian-only side alley that was packed with restaurants and tables and chairs right in the street. Our third and final stop was to Lecce, a place that's making its own beer and serving it alongside some delicious-looking food. The next day, it was time to explore the sights of Vilnius. We saw a lot of the most popular sites that I showed you in the first Vilnius video a few weeks ago, but that Luke hadn't yet visited, like Gediminas Tower, the 3 Crosses, and walking along the river.
Good afternoon. This morning Luke and I have been out exploring, doing lots of the touristy things, and now we are headed to a restaurant that I've read a ton about. It's supposed to be some of the best Lithuanian food, and so that's what we're gonna do, and eat some cepeline and maybe try some mead. Ooh, let's see.
Instead of drinking mead, and indeed any more alcohol, we ordered the house-made gira, or kvass as it's sometimes called in English. Then we ordered cepeline, which are potato dumplings stuffed with pork and served with cream. And we also had potato pancakes, which came with an incredible rich and creamy cottage cheese.
That was a filling lunch. Never turn down the cold beet soup. It's so delicious. Everywhere we've had it, it's been a little bit different. This one was a little bit creamier. It was so good. I love, I don't know, having something nice and cold like that with so much flavor when it's been so hot today. The other food we had, the cepeline, and then we had the pancakes, the potato pancakes. Oh, so filling, so much potato. We probably ordered wrong. I would say the potato pancakes are a nice side dish. I don't know if it's something that people usually have as their main meal, but it literally just came with potato pancakes and cheese curd, or like a cottage cheese-esque sauce, and it was delicious. The best cottage cheese I've ever had in my life. But it was just a lot of filler. Like, it was so filling. The cepeline are good. I don't understand the sauce exactly, I guess. Not that I don't understand it, but like the bacon and then the bacon fat, it sits in the bacon fat like that. It's very rich. So it's probably not something I would order every single day, but it was very delicious there. One of the better ones that I've tried before. So I highly recommend that restaurant. I'll link it below, as always. And now we gotta do some walking because we ate a lot of food.
Our final stop of the day before we headed back to the bus station was Vilnius University. Founded in 1578, it is the oldest university in the Baltics, and today is ranked in the top 400 universities in the world. On the campus is St. John's Church, which has a bell tower that is 68 meters high. That's 223 feet. However, the observation tower takes you only as high as 45 meters, or 147.5 feet.
We're pretty high up here. I don't know how many meters up we are, but that elevator really was a struggle because it's glass and ooh, we're high. I get like tingly.
The glass elevator is not for the faint-hearted, but the view over the city is without a doubt the best there is. It costs €5 and you can stay up there as long as you'd like. I'm finally back home and caught up on sleep after a really, really fun weekend in Vilnius. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like with every trip, I get to know the city a little bit better. It's such a cool city. There's so much to do, so many great bars and restaurants to explore. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us for our little weekend getaway. It was so much fun. It was so delicious. Lithuanian food continues to delight and fill us. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.